Libra, hope you guys are doing well in this March season. This is going to be your March 2019 reading. Now keep in mind that this is general, so it will not resonate with everyone. If you find something that fits for you, wonderful. That's perfect. And if you find pieces, parts, bits of the puzzle that don't seem to make sense, please don't force them. There are a ton of other fantastic YouTube card readers out there. All you have to do is click on one of the links. All right, you guys. Go ahead and get started. I've pre-shuffled this deck. This one's all ready to go. All right, so Libra, coming in strong. First thing, March 2019. You guys have that moon coming up. I'm taking that card because I want to flip out. Oh my gosh, in just a couple weeks, actually. I'm kind of excited. I have a Libra moon, so for me, I'm like, oh, you know. So yeah, you guys have a cycle. Whether it's beginning a cycle or ending a cycle. I'm going to check the next couple cards that are, wow. Okay. Yeah, so you have a Page of Cups here. So maybe this is a new cycle. Or it could be an old cycle. I don't know why I keep getting that. But either way you go, someone is making an offer here. This is a Page of Cups. It might seem like something tiny, insignificant, some little offer of love, token, things like that. But it feels like it's all the person has to offer in the moment. You know, a Page of Cups, they sometimes get a bad rap because they're pages, and it's like, oh, they're young and their energies are mature. And well, yeah, but if you're in a new cycle, or if you're beginning something, or if you're healing and changing, it's like we all start over as the Fool again. So at some point, we're going to be a page. We're going to make a small offer that doesn't seem very significant to most people. But, you know, for us, it feels like a huge deal. It feels like we're giving, you know, a piece of our soul to someone. And then we have this Five of Pentacles. So this is someone that's stubbornly, like, I don't want to say force someone out in the cold. Maybe someone feels like they were left out in this situation. And it's so crazy because you have this Page of Cups here. It's like someone's making this offer, and then someone feels like they had the cold shoulder, like they were left out. And the funny thing about it is that this is a Two of Cups. This is a genuinely deep connection with someone. So I'm trying to figure out why they felt like they were left out in the cold. Or maybe they made an offer and they were left out in the cold. Maybe someone made an offer, you or them, you know, to start this new cycle, and maybe they felt like they were left out in the cold. Like it wasn't, you know, they didn't get a response, or they didn't get, you know, the reaction, or, you know, what they'd hoped for. Because that Two of Cups is a heavy soulmate energy. And then you guys have the Strength card, which can represent Leo energy as well, but it is about having the strength, I guess, to go after this Two of Cups, I want to say. This is definitely, I'm going to draw a couple more cards just to kind of make sense of it, because this is kind of, it's confusing because I'm feeling a lot of love here, but it's like someone definitely felt left out in this situation. They felt left out in the cold. You guys left and right. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we're taking these cards bit by what they came out as. Okay, so the first card that came out was the Judgment card. So someone's having the strength to open up spiritually, I want to say. And that Judgment comes in. You know, they reach that point of awakening or realization on something. But they have the strength after being left out in the cold to come to this realization. Again, it's still weird energy. Because you have the Queen of Swords here. And this is someone, and this could very well be you, Leaps. This is definitely Libra energy. I pick up with this card a lot with my moon. You know, she's very well-spoken. She's very honest. But she is also able to detach and look at every situation from the outside in. So maybe it took this enlightenment to reach this point to where someone could step back, look at everything that was going on in the situation, and maybe realize they weren't left out in the cold. That just because someone doesn't receive an offer the way you would have received an offer, that it doesn't necessarily mean they don't love. I always go into tangents, but it's fine. You guys are fine with that. Libras are very, like, balanced out, so to say. You guys like to hear a little bit of everything. So, there's a book. It's called 5 Love Languages. And that helped me greatly with a lot of relationships because not everyone receives or notices love in the same way. And so I feel like that's what this is in this situation, because there's a deep love. And, you know, that being left out in the cold, it could just be something as simple as you made an offer to do something for them, and they were like, okay, yeah. And for you, it was like you're not going to be grateful, you're not going to appreciate, you know, but you have to come to a point to where you give to give. You don't give to be praised on the reception of it, if that makes sense. You don't give just to, you know, get back. You give to give from your heart. And I feel like this cup that someone gave, it struck like a nerve, so to say. And it was like it wasn't taken or received the way that they had hoped it would have been. And it really, like, it hit them in the heart, you know, and they felt like, okay, you know, you're going to leave me out in the cold, that's fine. But it's so funny because you have the Sun card here right after that Queen of Swords. So that coming to terms, that judgment, that, you know, moment of Queen of Swords. I'm sorry, I have to plug my phone in, otherwise it's going to die. Why I choose to do these things I do, I will never understand. Okay. Awesome. So this Queen of Swords, you know, this is that sunshine. This is that happiness. Maybe the enlightenment, the realizing that someone else loves or reacts to things differently. You know, spiritually, someone's on the very spiritual journey, because that Judgment card especially is coming in very strong. And that Strength card too. I'm feeling this Judgment very heavily though. Like someone had to come to that realization, and they're like, you know what? You know, they stepped back and they said, you know, just because something isn't the way that I feel it should be doesn't mean it's not the way it's supposed to be. That's what I really want to say. And the Sun card is a lot of happiness, and it can be Leo. Again, you have Leo with the Strength card too, so some of you may definitely be connecting with Leo. And you have that King of Wands. That's that Leo, Sag, Aries energy coming in. And it's right next to... Sorry guys, I'm dog sitting and the dog was going crazy. So, yeah, the King of Wands represents that energy, that fire, passionate energy coming in. With this Queen of Swords especially, I feel like this is like happiness between the two of you. There's genuine happiness there. You genuinely feel, you know, content and lit up and on fire with each other. And then you have that Ace of Swords come in. Some kind of clarity or some kind of truth, heavy truth coming in. I want to say it was a realization. It was a realization that this situation was, there's more to it than you thought, or it's different than you thought. And yeah, 8 of Wands right on the bottom. 8 of Wands talks about movement, but it's usually spiritually in tune movement. So we had the Chariot that popped out right after. And that is movement, is spiritual movement, is universe pushing you forward towards something or someone. You guys had this movement right after this clarity, this moment of like, towards the 10 of Cups. So coming to this realization that you weren't left out in the cold, that in fact the offer that you made was received and it was a deep soul connection. And maybe they didn't respond. Maybe you made an offer to someone and you didn't get a response. And you just, okay, well, they're done with me. That's it. That chapter's closed. And in reality, it's like, no, it's it's still very open. In fact, it is completely open. And it's reached a whole new point of enlightenment, I feel like, for both of you. Because you guys, like, always notice this, the yin and yang on that Chariot card. It's like, and if you're the Queen of Swords and someone is the King of Wands, it's like y'all are completely opposite ends of the spectrum, so to say, because you have air and fire. So if someone is an Aries and you are Libra, you are literally opposites. But opposites bring out the best in each other a lot, because you force each other to kind of meet in the middle, to compromise, to grow, to heal, to change for the better. And then I'm just now noticing, because I kind of watch how the cards play out with each other. It's like, I wish I could show you guys this perfectly, so I'm just going to try. So you have this Queen of Swords with this happiness card, and her back's turned to that happiness. But then she's towards the spiritual enlightenment. Like she's been focused on this enlightenment. Maybe it's personal alignment, spiritual alignment within yourself. Maybe you've been on a journey and you've been focused solely on that. And there's nothing wrong with that because you should be focused on it. But if you are so focused on other things and you don't have some kind of balance, you're not going to see the happiness, the joy that is in your life. You know, gratitude is the attitude. That's exactly how you figure out your happiness. You become more grateful with what you have right in front of you. And the only way to do that is to not turn your back on it. You have these cards, and then literally you have, I'm sorry, this is funny. Funny but not funny. You have the happiness card here, and then the king is turned away from his happiness. And he's facing clarity. He's facing a truth. Maybe it's a personal truth. Maybe this fire energy that's coming in, someone that had to come to a personal truth within themselves and realize things that they didn't notice before. And it was a spiritual gift to them. You know, this clarity that they had that happiness is right there. Like you were leaving it. It is right there. If you just turn around, it's there. And then, yeah, you have the queen and the king. And they are both on the other side of this sunshine, this happiness, this childlike play, this, you know, amazing feeling. And they both kind of have their backs turned to it. Like if you would just switch sides, switch roles, and see that the happiness is there right in the middle. You know, look at it from a different perspective. That's so funny that the cards fell out just like that. I love to watch them tell stories like this. So you have this movement. This chariot, the spiritual journey movement, coming toward a Two of Swords. So someone's going to make a decision about something here, and it's going to be some kind of personal truth. It is. It's going to be some kind of truth coming in. Maybe you both make a decision. You're both moving forward. You're both deciding if this is or isn't for you, if this connection is going to work or not. For some of you, it might not. For a lot of you, I feel like this is a rebirth in a situation or coming together in a situation after both of you not realizing what you had. Both of you going on your own journeys, your own path, spiritually, finding the strength to do that. And then you have that high priestess coming in. You know, that's, again, enlightenment, truth, awakening, a lot coming in, a lot of downloads from the universe, especially because you decided, you made a choice. And it's like once this choice gets made, it's either the choice will get made and the universe comes in and you get so many realizations, or the universe comes in to help you make the decision. One of the two. You guys, let's see. I do want to clarify, because this Five of Pentacles is really bothering me. Oh, and yeah, I didn't even mention this card. This was like the Ten of Cups. You guys had this Ten of Cups too. So y'all make that decision. That's what it was, because it fell out. Chariot, and then the Two, and then the Priestess, and then the Ten of Cups was there. Y'all make this decision to enter into this happiness, this Ten of Cups mode. I mean, there's movement. It's spiritual movement. It's enlightenment. It's opening up who you are as a person, both of you. And you're headed towards this Ten of Cups, this ultimate happiness. It's just like there was so much going on in both of your lives that you both just didn't notice it. I want to say you didn't notice the connection for what it was. I really heavily want to say that it was not noticed. It was overlooked. And even if you did notice the connection, it wasn't seen in the right light. I feel like the Sun card here is happiness, but it's also illuminating. So it's kind of showing, you know, from the light side of things, like, okay, you know, this is this big ball of energy between you two. This is this fire. It's there. If you both just turn around, you know, you both have been on your own paths, and I feel like it's coming to a point to where you're going to come together on this path and move forward towards that Ten of Cups. You're both going to make a choice. You're both going to open up spiritually. You're both going to have this movement coming in, and you're going to move towards this Ten of Cups, which is beautiful. But I am going to clarify this Five of Pentacles, because it is absolutely driving me crazy, because there is a Page of Cups, an offer, and then it's just left out in the cold from a soulful... What is this Five of Pentacles about, Spirit? It's driving me crazy. What is this Five of Pentacles about? I don't have a lot. So, it's Three of Wands, Knight of Cups, Seven of Cups. That's what it was. Yeah. So when I talked earlier about how the Five of Pentacles maybe it was about someone not seeing the cup for what it was. They thought the connection was, that was it. Like, you know, this was, it was either done and finished and they were left out in the cold, or the offer wasn't received the way they'd hoped it would have been, or it wasn't received the way they expected, like the return to come back in. And they were left out in the cold. They felt left out in the cold. That's the thing. Because in reality, I don't feel like they were. I feel like that movement they made was towards love. It's towards the Knight of Cups. You know, you or them, leave. Take it how it resonates. Knight of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. But I feel like this movement was towards love. It was towards it, and it was receptive love. But then you have that Seven of Cups. That not seeing things for what they were. So maybe that's really what it was. That Five of Pentacles boiled down to someone, and then that High Priestess moment came in. Because that Seven of Cups and then the High Priestess. So these two together definitely speaks about illusions, not seeing things for what they were. Not seeing the truth of the matter for what it was. And then someone came to that realization. And maybe that realization was that this was the Two of Cups. That would make a lot of sense now. Someone made an offer. Someone was left out in the cold. And then they came to a realization at some point that this was their soulmate connection. This was their soul tie. This was their Two of Cups. And they had the strength to go through a spiritual transformation. To come back around and speak some truth. And then this connection, I feel like that what is connecting you both is this Sun card. It's this sunshine, this happiness, this joy that you just bring out of each other. It's like when you're around someone that brings out that Sun card in you, it's like they light up your world. They just bring out the side of you that no one else does, that you feel safe with them. It's childlike. You feel like you can be yourself and be safe and, you know, be taken care of as far as emotions go. You know, you can trust them. And I feel like that's what's connecting both of you. It's like you both had this connection where you felt like you could fully be yourselves again and trust fully in this connection. And it was okay. And it's just like one little thing, one little hiccup, or someone felt like they were left out in the cold. And then they come through and they're like, well, no, this is a connection. This is a soulmate connection. This is deep. You know, I'm not left out in the cold. I can't be left out in the cold because I know they still have these feelings for me. It's, you know, that's not how this is going to play out. Okay. I'm going to grab just a couple more cards from this deck. Let's see what we have. I'll do just like 2 shuffles and then we'll get this going because we're already at like 17 minutes in. If I can get them to shuffle. Alright, we're going to do 3. Okay. Alright, Spirit. Tell me a little bit more about Libra's situation. March 2019. Yeah. Ace of Cups, guys. This is, it is a gift from the universe. And it's like you guys, you know it now. You both know it. You both know it was a gift. It's been a gift from the get-go. And it's like the first time around, neither one of you actually saw it. Yeah. Yeah, that High Priestess and that Three of Wands, again, just going to resonate like that. It's repetitive at this point. So that's important. That Three of Wands energy, that movement forward towards that wand, it's like... So you have the Ace of Cups and the Page of Wands. So this is an offer. You know, this is from Spirit. This is that spiritual... gift from the universe, this fulfillment. You know, this is a gift from them from saying like, you know, hey, great job. You've been doing this. You've been doing your work. And maybe that's what it took. Maybe it took both of you heading down paths, not seeing it for what it was, bad timing possibly. And then you finally both fix what needed to be fixed, what needed to be healed. And then you come back and this Ace of Cups is there. It's there for you both. And then this Page of Wands, someone's going to make an offer. And they're moving towards someone. And it's hilarious that I talked about Aries earlier, that energy that was coming in, because you do have the Emperor here. I mean, it could be vice versa. This could be their energy coming and you're in your power, and maybe this is Libs being in their power and they're like, I'm going to have to get this offer and then I'll make some movement, or they're going to have to come towards me with an offer. Could very well be it. Or it could be you. Very much so. It could be you making a passionate offer, moving towards your wand, which is that Emperor. And then you have this High Priestess energy again. Spiritual alignment. You know, some truth coming in, some clarity, openness. Because with the card, especially with the High Priestess, a lot of the times it is about illusions and not knowing everything for what it was. Not seeing beneath the surface of things. You know, just seeing right there, just exactly what you see and not looking underneath. I feel like this Emperor and this High Priestess, that's what it's about. Like these two energies, they're very spiritual energies too. This High Priestess, she's intuitive. She is in tune. She is at one with the universe. She knows it. And then this Emperor is more of a masculine presence. They're very more in the physical, so to say. They're very powerful, and you know, they just are naturally commanding. They're domineering, and not to a point of detriment. It can be if it's unhealthy, if they are, you know, in their ego. But when they are in alignment, they are the rock stars as far as taking control and using their power and harnessing it in a way that no one else seems to. You know, that Emperor energy, it's not a scary energy. It's actually a fantastic energy to embody, whether it's you or the other person. What else do we have for Libs? March 2019, Spirit. Anything else you want to tell me? Okay, so the Six of Swords energy, because this is a card they want me to take first, so whatever. The Six of Swords energy was movement, obviously, but usually it's typically like moving away from things or moving out of certain things. I feel like, yeah, I feel like maybe someone was in a third-party situation now, especially, or it could have been that, you know, you're moving away from what was, and I can't help but notice that the boat's heading towards this. So maybe you're headed either towards celebration, or it's a movement from a situation that was a three-party type. I don't know. Especially with this Temperance card, I feel like this was timing. And if timing has a lot to do with things, sometimes you meet the right person at the wrong time, and they say, well, no, you never, well, no. You can meet someone, and they spark something inside of you for a reason, but you can't be with that person at that time for a reason as well. And Temperance has a lot to do with that. And if you come in a situation where, I'm sorry, but if you do come in to someone that's in a relationship, a lot of the time, they have to finish their karma before you can move forward if you're meant to move forward together. You know, not everyone can leave that karma behind. Some people are obligated to finish it. You know, they're not hopping into a new cycle. Sometimes they have to. They have to take that time and get that temperance in their life and balance it out. And then it heads towards hope. That Temperance card brought in a lot of hope. This balancing brought in that wish, that hope, that future, that movement forward. Because it brought in the Ace of Cups, all of it, this balancing out that needed to happen was meant to happen for a reason. If someone left and came back, they had to leave. They had to, okay. Because that's what I'm being told. I'm being told that they had to leave that situation. You had to wait for them to leave. And that doesn't mean putting your life on hold, but if you have a connection with someone that's not breakable, and they have karma that they have to fulfill, they have things they have to do before you can be together, well, you're not going to put your life on hold for them, but you are going to spiritually have them in your heart. You're going to keep that held in you until the time comes for you two to be together, if that makes sense. You know, I'm never one to say close people off and shut people out and things like that, but, I mean, if you do have someone in your heart and you know it's not about them being a destructive person, or it's not about their traits or anything like that, if it's literally just that the timing is completely off, you know, most people aren't going to just walk away from something like that and forget about it. you know. And with that Emperor energy in here especially, that's someone that was a very big presence in your life, or you were a very big presence in their life. And you brought a lot of alignment to them, or they brought a lot of alignment to you, or you brought a lot of balance to each other. And it's getting to a point to where you've kind of healed and balanced in yourselves. And then the star cards coming in, and the universe is like, okay, here you go. Like, you're going to run with it. We're going to see what you're doing with this. So that is beautiful, Lib. Beautiful. All right, we are going to grab my new Universe Has Your Back deck, and we're going to get just a couple cards out for you guys. And then I will just send you on your way. I hope you guys really have a fantastic March. I know with the energies that's going on, just embrace it, flow with it as best you can. This retrograde, I natally have retrograde, so for me, it trips me up a little bit, but it also kind of lights something in me, whereas if you don't have it natally, it's not always the best energy to have. So, all right, guys. Any other messages for Libra, March 2019, Spirit? Okay. So we have, my happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. And that is 100% true, because it is a reflection. Happiness is my birthright. That Sun card, I'm telling you, it's like, you guys, this happiness you had between you, it relied a lot on the universe. A lot of faith had to be in the situation that it was going to work out for both of you. I choose to learn through love. I feel like there's no better way to learn than through love. That's honestly the greatest teacher. And that's what I was saying earlier too, about someone inspired someone. They just lit them up. They were that sunshine in between you both. It just inspired you both to learn through love. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. That Ace of Cups, that lovely star card. It's all about that miracle in life that just hits you out of nowhere. When you least expect it. That's what I keep getting. When you least expect it, it's coming. Energy flows where my intention goes. Again, the spot where the queen was facing this way and the king was facing this way. And it's like, okay, once you reach this level and you get where you need to be, you turn around and you come together. And if your intentions are towards each other, and if it's towards this love that you have, that's going to naturally draw you together like a magnet. It is, and it is absolutely perfect. Absolutely. All right, Leaps. I hope you guys have a fantastic March, and I will see you in a couple weeks. All right, love and light. Bye.